Hello and welcome to this live stream. We've got some Bodenplatte aircraft. Let's have a looky. This one's the Bf109K-4, late war Bf109. It's probably pretty powerful. Not just new aircraft, but a whole bunch of improvements to the sim in general. There's a link in the description to the developer diary for 3.007 that describes everything.
Hier ist Ente 1. Rolle zur Startbahn. An Ente. Rollen Sie zur Startaufstellung.
Rad, pretty rad.
Hier ist Ente 1. Zu Befehl.
Very cool, huh? Look at that cockpit canopy. It's the, I forget what they call it. It's the newer one. More streamlined or what have you. But they still, for whatever reason, they still didn't go to a bubble canopy, even in the late war. Probably didn't need it. If you need to eject explosive bolts, the canopy just gets sucked off by the airflow, and it's not going to scon you on the noggin, because it is carrying that heavy armoured plate glass or armoured steel plate bulletproof panel there. You don't want that to contact you while you're trying to bail out. Show me P47 dive acceleration and dive speed. Yeah, Olaf will definitely have a look at the compressibility effects on the aircraft in the new aerodynamics modelling. Should be good. K4 is supposed to be an excellent climber. Someone was saying at some point that it climbs almost twice as fast as a Mustang. I think that was, I'm trying to say it from memory, I think they were saying that a Mustang climbs at 2,500 meters per minute, and that I could be totally wrong with this, I'm just quoting figures off the net, but they were saying that the K4 can climb at something like 5,000 meters per minute. I know that a Cessna 152 can climb at 500 feet per minute, which is about 150 meters a minute, so to put that in context, these planes they're still propeller planes, but they're very, very, very high performance. Hello Matt Man, thanks for tuning in. Hello everyone that's tuned in. Do smash the like button, it helps with the algorithm and everything. Yeah, it's a pretty good update. Alright, let's put this sucker into a dive. Right, that was unexpected. And we're back. Let's have a look at the P47D Thunderbolt. That was a bit of a anti-climax with the dive there. I didn't expect the engine to completely conk out at about 650 kilometers an hour in a dive. Honestly, I don't think that'd happen. I think you'd get up to 800 plus kilometers an hour before any problems with the engine, if any. It's more the aerodynamics of the wingtips that you'd be worried about. Look at that pilot! Look at that pilot. Wow. Ain't that something? That is a huge improvement. My goodness. Look at that. Yeah, that's a shiny plane, alright. The K4, what has it got? I think it had a 108 in the nose and something in the wings. Yeah, Olaf, yeah, let's have a look at that dive speed, shall we? Speaking of firing, let's have a look at those quad 50 cals. Hey, you know what? For whatever reason, my fire button's not working. Probably because I've got to assign it, so I won't be showing that, but we can just imagine. No, the fire button does work because I can hear it ticking away when I'm in the cockpit. It's just maybe there's no ammo. Okay, that was that. So now it is working. Maybe it only fires when the engine's working. Maybe the guns only fire when the engine's working. Maybe they're electronically activated or something. Let's just take off. Oh, the brakes, the brakes. That's one beefy mama. She's pretty sort of jug-like in her performance, at least on the takeoff. Pretty sort of lazy. got to say that pilot modelling is excellent. This plane, as it gets higher, it just gets it has good high altitude performance. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to climb up and up and up to about, I don't know, 15 or 20,000 feet, maybe a bit higher, and then put it into a dive and see what the compressibility effects are like. Great engine sound. I mean, the K4 didn't do very well in that dive, I have to be honest with you. I don't think it did even as good as pre-update aircraft in a dive. For the engine to conk out at 650 kilometres an hour in a dive, the only rational explanation for that being correct is if I needed to manually adjust the prop pitch, because that would bust the engine. But apart from that, I mean, I've got everything set on automatic, so it shouldn't have been a problem. Up and up and up we go. Climbing on full power here, so that may bust the engine. Who knows, right? This is an experiment. We're about to hit 8,000 feet, so climbing away slowly, almost at 8,000. But yeah, math, the engine sounds great, doesn't it? Best sounding engine in the whole game, probably, apart from the Spitfire and some of the Messerschmitts. Look at that jug-like structure. Guys, if you're watching this, smash the like button. Smash it. I've got my cow flaps open for cooling purposes. We've gone through 8,000 feet. I have no idea if you can hear me over the sound of the engine. Can you guys hear me over the sound of the engine? Yeah, a lot of people are interested in seeing a Pacific chapter of IL-2. By the way, I don't know if you heard me when I was when I was in F2 mode, could you guys hear me over the sound of the engine? I think the firepower would be excellent. This thing shoots out something like 4 kilograms of lead per second. Right, we've still got that engine overspeed sound, and we're now at 13,000 feet, 13,200 feet. You can hear me? Okay, great, thanks for that feedback. That's important. What I'll do is I'll dive it down to 3,000 feet from whatever altitude I top out at, and then I'll do some aerobatics, and we'll see how it handles. What altitude did a B-17 cruise at? Would it have been about 25,000 feet? If so, we've got another 10,000 feet to go. Hopefully that engine's not going to cook itself. Similar visibility to flying an FW190, not bad. Beautiful. I still can't get over how good that pilot model looks. Yeah, super scooch, that's it. Math, can't you go and buy it now? Or I don't think it's too late, is it? You could probably buy it right now and get instant satisfaction. Olaf, fastest diving aircraft in World War II. Is that right? Is that right? Wow. Yeah, I wonder why. I mean, it's a big, heavy sort of a plane. The wing must be good for diving as well. So if that's the case, it must have been untouchable in a dive, provided it got onto the dive quick enough. Quicker than a Mark 108 30mm cannon shell fired from a Bf109. Let's check our altitude, shall we? there's 19,000 feet. We're certainly getting a lot higher now. And this is flying in the Battle of Stalingrad summer map, and I really can't wait to fly the actual Western Europe Kuban map, which is unfortunately not available yet, but that'll be one of the next updates, I imagine, maybe early next year. So basically we're at 20,000 feet now. I might go another 5,000 up, and we'll see how it cruises at that altitude. Then I'll put it into a dive, and assuming that it survives the dive, and we can observe compressibility and so on in the dive most probably, assuming it survives the dive, I'll pull out at 3,000 feet. And then at 3,000 feet I'll do some aerobatics, and then after that, if I'm still alive, I'll try and land the thing. I'll find an airport and land. Math for you, she is just starting to get in her playground. Yeah, that's exactly right. This is the high altitude performer, this plane, so you're absolutely right about that. This plane is optimized for high altitude performance. No shortage of climbability. People in the chat, excellent. If you guys are watching, smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't. But do smash that like button, it helps with the algorithm. The service ceiling of a P47D Thunderbolt would be. I'm assuming it's around 40,000 feet. There's a runway there, that's going to be useful. Two runways. Right now I'm getting 156 frames per second. Thanks for those thumbs up, guys, I really appreciate that. It also lets Google know that this is a good video. Ah, great, now we're starting to get some contrails. cool. And they're not overdone either. They're very sort of, the onset of the contrails is subtle. But I think we've hit the playground zone. If we're coining new phrases, this is the playground zone. Thanks, Smath, for you. Damn. You know what, I think the climb performance, it certainly hasn't degraded. I was going to say the climb performance has picked up. I expected we'd be at about 24,000 feet. We're at 27,000 feet. So that's some pretty decent climb performance high up. So here we are, we're almost at 30,000 feet without even trying. That's pretty amazing. I'll put her into a dive when we get to 30, I think. Or maybe I'll just linger around at this altitude and then I'll put her into a dive. Look at those cow flaps there. The detail on them is pretty good. So here we are, we're approaching 30,000 feet. And I'd say this would pretty much be the cruising altitude of this aircraft. Other aircraft would really be struggling at this altitude. This one seems to be doing quite well. Certainly it can climb at this altitude pretty easy. From what I understand, it has a turbocharger and a supercharger, so it's turbo supercharged. And it has an intercooler and this kind of thing, so you can compress the air before you stick it into the engine. But when you compress air, it gets hot, so you also cool the air down at the same time as you're compressing it so that it maintains its density, and then you can get maximum bang for your buck. It's a pretty amazing technological piece of machinery right here. Very high tech, very, very high tech. Is going to be devastating. There you go, Alan, 2-speed turbo supercharger. Amazing. Separates the P47 from the P51, yeah. That is a great contrail effect. It's really good. It's not overdone at all. It's perfect, isn't it? Perfect contrail effect. Now we're at altitude and I'm flying it as though it were a remote control plane. I'm staying here and I'm trying to fly it. Looks like it needs some rudder. It's very hard to fly at this altitude normally, so we'll see how we go. There's a chance that I'll spin it. Good chance that I'll spin it. Nah, too risky. Alright, there's 30,000 feet. We have 30,000 feet. Yeah, it'd probably be an ideal ground attacker, wouldn't it? Like, with that huge radial engine, you'd have a lot of protection from oncoming ground fire. Oh, look at that. What a beast, huh? See that? That was a bit of a stall out there. Yeah, 50 caliber is not to be underestimated. It is quite a heavy round, and it's a very fast firing round, high muzzle velocity. Cruise at this altitude, but manoeuvring seems difficult. Alright, I'm going to put it into a power dive and we'll see how we go with compressibility. It's quite possible that the plane will break apart, but we'll see how we go. .500 miles per hour. Almost 500. Okay, there's 500. And the prop seems to have stalled. I'm going to try and pull out. Back again with a new aircraft. This is the Thals D3. That dive in the P47 didn't go so well, huh? Insane rate of fire, huh? Alright, let's gun it. Wow, high performance. Oh yeah, I must have exceeded the safe dive speed, most definitely. Last I saw, I got up to something above 500 miles per hour, and then the engine cut out, and then it all got a bit hazy. So here's the Thals D. This is actually, it's very slow and all, but wow, it's yeah. Bit of a stall turn there. Bit of a loop the loop. Very manoeuvrable plane. Watch this, I'll come right at the camera. And of course this is only one of the colour schemes for the Thals D3. There's about 5 of them there from what I could see. Now I'm just trying to remember what World War I planes we had. Previous to this we had the Fokker DR1 triplane, and what else did we have? We had the Spad, didn't we? Was it a Spad 13? And so now we've also got the Thals D3, which I'm flying at the moment. And we've also got a Sopwith Camel, so in a tick I might actually grab the Sopwith Camel and I'll get a dogfight going on between the Sopwith Camel and the Thals D3, and we'll see what's what with that. We'll see how the Sopwith performs, and we'll do a bit of a dogfight with the Thals D3. I'm thinking I might actually grab the P47 and the K4 after that, and I might do a dogfight, so I'll fly the P47D Thunderbolt in a dogfight, against the Messerschmitt Bf109K-4, so stay tuned for that. Now let's do one of those 1920s trick landings. What do you think? I reckon this is a good plane. How's the detailing? What do you think? Look at the, there's a manufacturer's plate on the propeller there, XIAL Berlin. Look at that inline engine. What is it, a 6-cylinder? Yeah, it is. Probably the same one in my BMW 735i, but just a lot bigger. Alright, enough of this. I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to be back with a dogfight between the Sopwith Camel, which I'll be flying, the Faust D3. Stay tuned. Alright, so here I'm back again. Here we have the Sopwith Camel, and there's a Faust D3 out there somewhere, which I'm going to shoot down. So I've got two Maxim machine guns, I think, or they're Lewis guns, probably Maxim machine guns. And this is a plain skin from 1918. Here's the Faust. I've put a different skin on it. And of course here's the pilot modelling and so on. Pretty cold up there in those open cockpits. The battle takes place at around 1500 feet. can't see shit in that cockpit. Detailed graphics are just jaw-dropping. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, they're fantastic. At Walker. Yeah, math for you, I agree. I mean, that's what it's all about. These are just amazingly detailed flight sim. I don't know if I can actually catch him. He might be faster than me, even though I've shot him up. You can see me off in the distance there. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the Sopwith Camel has a rotary engine with wicked torque effect on it, particularly at landing. Whoa! I nearly bought the farm, as Chuck Yeager would say. Oh shit! Right, I'm going to pause it. And we're back. Sorry about the clunkiness of the live stream in some aspects with the pausing and unpausing and everything like that. Bear in mind this is my first ever live stream of IL-2 Sturmovik Great Battle Series. So I do apologise for that, but bear with me. So we now have a dogfight. I'm flying a P47. I've put a different skin on it. Little toughy. How about that, eh? That's pretty cool. And I'm flying against a Bf109K-4. Let's have a look at it. Alright, there's the K4 in that particular colour scheme. Alright. Yeah, the K4 does have an option for wing pods. It said that it's got two 20mm wing pods. I've got both of the aircraft set at 65%. Obviously we're going to have to get some different radio voices. I've set a few waves of 109, so I'll have one coming on my tail right now, unfortunately. Might try that one more time. Might have to try and boom and zoom him. I can't seem to outturn him. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. That's what you got to do. You got to boom and zoom them. I'm going to take on some artillery and then I'm going to try and land. Got him. That's two. Uh-oh, got that 109 on my tail. Ah shit, I'm out of ammo. I'm going to head for a runway now and I'm going to put her down and that'll be the end of the presentation. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and if you haven't already, make sure you smash the like button. It helps Google to know that this is a good video, and if you haven't already, smash the subscribe button and become a subscriber to the Froggy Frog 9000 channel. Does it? Oh shit, it's a train. Shit, shit, shit. Where the heck did that bloody train come from, eh? This will be the conclusion of today's presentation. Thanks very much everyone for watching. What a great set of planes we have here. This is really exciting. I don't think flight sims have ever been as good as they are right now in 2018, and of course they're just set to get better and better and better. It's really exciting stuff. Look at that windscreen covered in oil. Look at those cow flaps. The attention to detail is phenomenal. I can even see clear blue sky through that engine cowl that's covering over that gigantic double row radial. I think this is one of the most powerful aircraft of World War II. How many horsepower? Don't forget, a normal plane like a Mustang or a Spitfire or a Messerschmitt or an FW has something like between 1500 and 1800 horsepower. This thing, I think it had well over 2000 horsepower. I think it had, I don't actually know, I'm thinking it's around about 2300 horsepower from this double row radial engine, this gigantic radial engine. And I think this engine is the same engine that they put in the F6F Hellcat in the Pacific Theatre. And directly behind the pilot's armoured seat there, I believe we have a extended long-range fuel tank. It's still kind of within the centre of gravity realm, although it's pushing it. You got 4 50 caliber machine guns in each wing. I did briefly glance at the options. Oh no, there was an option. Oh no, shit. There was an option for an extra machine gun in each wing, and there goes the K-4. In its own right, a very beautiful plane. So basically we have 2 new World War I planes, the Sopwith Camel and the Fowles D3, and we have 2 new World War II planes, the Bf109, the Messerschmitt Bf109K-4 and the Republic P47D Thunderbolt, which is on the screen right now. And I'm just tickled pink. They're all really cool, really fantastic. 850 calibers like a chainsaw. Yeah, that's right. Literally cut a plane in half. No, thank you. Oh, thanks, Matthew. Appreciate that. Should try it with 25% fuel. Yeah, these ones were operating with 65% fuel, by the way, these 2 dogfighters. The reason why you kept on seeing 109s is because I'd actually previously set it to have a wave of 3 109s. So you shoot down one and you get another one, and you shoot that down and you get a third one. How many did I shoot down? At least 1. Definitely got 1. I might have got 2, I'm not sure. Anyways, guys, that's probably going to conclude this live stream, and yeah, happy days. This is what we've all been waiting for, and it's just as good as what we were hoping for it to be. So that's just great news. The obligatory things at the end of a stream: don't forget to like and subscribe and share, and become a patron of the channel on Patreon. You can also now become a member of the channel through YouTube channel memberships. I think it's $4.99 a month, something like that. And have a look at my website. It's www.froggyfrog9000.com. And there's a bunch of different aspects of my work there, including my aircraft profile artwork in t-shirt and clothing apparel format. you can get a profile artwork of a P47D Thunderbolt there, and soon enough a Messerschmitt. Uh oh, I'm getting shot. I really think it's time to go. I'll catch you guys all next time. Cheers, bye for now.